right, everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. So today at work, finished up the power pole makeup. If you remember the last 2 days, you got the power poles. Sorry, that was really bad drawing. We got the power poles in the ceiling here, ceiling, floor. So finished up the power pole makeup in the junction boxes right here at the bottom with the wires coming out from the whips from the cubicles. Got the cubicles back here, whatnot, and this power pole's on the side of it. But anyways, that's doesn't even really line up. But anyways, let's just say power pole lines up right there with the edge of the cubicle, and then got the cubicle whip coming out, and then the junction box wires. So I tied all those together where they needed to go together, ground to ground, neutral to neutral, and then hots to hots. So got those last two finished up. And for most of the day, or I guess a little bit of the day, I filled the van up with gas because it was out of gas, and then went to the store to pick up parts for the phase 2. So basically finished phase 1 except the junction boxes. I need a better eraser probably because this one isn't going to cut it in between video edits, video making. So anyways, overview here. So you got your cubicles here going that direction. So you got your power pole here. So we got the 2 power poles here, let's just say for here, and then down the hallway there's the other 2 power poles, and then around the corner there's another one over here. So basically there's like all these cubicles like that, cubicles like this, cubicles like that, cubicles like that. So down this hallway, these are the last 2 that I made up today. But there is a junction, and then I worked on the junction boxes, which the only thing I didn't have was the ground pigtails. So basically everything is hooked up, wire knotted together where it needs to go, except the boxes just aren't grounded. So there is basically a junction box for these 2 right here. And then there's another junction box which feeds that junction box, which is kind of weird, but it was kind of existing, so we left it. And then there is another junction box over here for these 2. Sorry, this picture isn't really trying to make this as clear as possible, but if I don't do this, if I can't even see it, you guys aren't going to be able to see it. So so I got this with those 2, this with those 2, and then there's another one that like 90s around the corner. Sorry, there's another junction box that goes around the corner kind of, and then feeds that one by itself. I think I missed one. There's like a big 12x12 over here, and these actually might be a second one, I don't know. There's at least 3 or 4. So I made up that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So there's at least 5. I don't know if there's another junction box in between here. I really don't think so. This eraser is also trash. So anyways, finished up the makeup in all these boxes except for the grounds. This one I was completely done because it had a ground bar, so I grounded that. But these ones have to get, I left a pigtail without here, a pigtail in one of these without the ground screw because it was missing, just the one that's been sitting in my bag for like a year. So that one is all wire knotted together, just needs the ground screw to the box. Another one has a ground stripped and looped, and then I think another one isn't cut over here, another ground loop isn't cut, and then I'm not sure about, there's one more that I'm not sure about, but most of these I didn't have to splice anything because we just fed all the wires straight through from the 12x12 straight down through the flexes, so it didn't really have to splice any wires here, which was nice. Basically I just had to ground the boxes in most of these except for these last 2 right there. But anyways, moving on to phase 2. So this was like phase 1, I guess. I don't know why they're calling it phase 1. It was like 3 days, but phase 2, there is another set of cubicles in another room, which I will show you here real quick. I just have to try to erase this as fast as possible. So the cubicles right here, which I just showed you, are basically like, let's just say the cubicle, all those cubicles are like right here. I always want to use my finger. So all those cubicles are right there, and then there's like another part of the building right here, another cubicles, but these are actually kind of being in use. And then there's like this hallway over here, and then there's like another room over here which I'm going to be working in. I think that's kind of right, but anyways, there's a whole bunch of cubicles over here that they're kind of adding, just like one cubicle at a time. Actually, there's like little walkways or whatever, so basically each cubicle is like its own thing, so each one has to get its own power whip and stuff like that. And they're gonna add some more over here. This is a very terrible drawing. Basically, there's like a little walkway to get into the cubicle, but there's like some here, some here. So anyways, I was figuring out where the, basically just walking around and figuring out, there's some blank plates on all the walls, like right here, and here. So I was basically just going into the electric room, which I finally got a key for, but I was going into the electrical room and also searching in the T-grid ceiling. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I was basically searching in the T-grid, following the wires back, because my coworker took the blank plates off. So there's a wire in most of these boxes, actually all these boxes, I think. So just tracing the wire with my eyes into the junction box that it goes to above the ceiling. And then from there, it pretty much said the label to the panel, and then I just went and flipped on the breaker and it turned on. Two of these I got to turn on with the flip of a breaker in the panel room, and the panel room is like around the corner in this other room over here, right here, panel room. So I just had to walk back and forth to turn on breakers. So I got two of these to turn on, and then another two of these were up in another junction box, and they were done really nicely. Everything's nice and labeled, and the MC fed down the wall looked really good in like the smallest hole possible. I don't know how they did it, but anyways, another two of these were in a junction box, so none of the wires were cut or anything, so I don't have to put anything back together. So they didn't demo anything and cut any wires. So these wires are still in this junction box up here in the ceiling, but they're just not tied to anything. They're just capped off. So you got your hot and neutral, and the grounds are probably still tied together in the back. But basically I just have to find a circuit or bring power from the panel room over to power these up, or figure out what the other circuits are in this box, and if I can share them with this, if I add like another plug, if it's going to be a big deal or not to overload the circuit or not. So hopefully I can just tie these wires, which is going to go down to a new plug. Hopefully I can tie those in, and then I won't have to really do much work. But basically just down here, probably going to have to add surface extension boxes on all these plugs or blanks right here, because I'm going to have to tie the whip in, I believe. I'm going to have to tie the whip in into the surface extension box, because it basically has like I think it's a 1/2 inch steel tight or something, so there's no way I can put that into the wall without extending it off of the wall, and then knocking out one of the surface extension knockouts. So that is the plan, and then putting the industrial raised covers on for the plugs. And there's going to be maybe some surface piping like along this wall. There's a window like right here, so this is like a half wall, like a pony wall kind of, and there's like a plug on, there's a column over here, and I'm basically gonna have to pipe along the side of this column up into the ceiling, into the T-bar ceiling. This is a bad drawing. So this is an overhead view. So basically the pipe would be coming up like right here in the corner, and then 90 down, and then going along this wall, and then setting boxes in between for each of these cubicles. And then I think there's going to be some more over here, so I might have to come out of this other blank plate over here with wire in it, and then set another extension, and then maybe do another surface mount pipe on the wall, and then over here again. So that's the plan so far. Basically just exploring today and seeing what options I can do, but some of these already have power, which is nice. So those two are done, and these two hopefully can be done. And then didn't really get around to checking these other circuits because I ran out of time for the day. So yeah, nice day. Like I said, going to get gas and than going to the store and picking up parts and then bringing all the material in, which took like an hour because I had to take like 15 trips into the building. So it's crazy. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully these videos aren't too terrible or too crazy with my drawings, and maybe I should make these a little bigger so it's not too mushed up. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. If you guys like these, I'll keep making them. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Gonna go to my sister's this weekend, grab my new iPhone. It's actually should be there tonight by like 8 p.m. or something, but I'm gonna go on Sunday, pick it up, and then maybe do some electrical work for her. So maybe a live stream. I don't know if that would be weird or not for my sister. But anyways, stay tuned for that. Might be some electrical work, like I said. Actually, I didn't say anything, but anyways, I'm gonna be basically kind of doing the same thing that I have been doing in my room, which is what she wants to do is basically change one switch to 2 switches is what I did in my room, but she has 2 switches and she wants to change it into 3 switches because basically someone wired in a ceiling fan for my sister. Actually, they didn't even wire it in, they just stole power from somewhere. So she doesn't have a switch to turn on her light or her ceiling fan, so she wants like a hardwire switch leg down to individual switches for a light and a fan. So basically would have to cut out her switch box and then cut another hole to make it for a 3-gang, and then run a wire from that up through the attic into the fan box, and then take the fan down itself and then add the switch leg in and all that stuff. So, and then also something about putting her garage switch in her garage because it's in like the kitchen or hallway or something. So there's some work that she wants done, so hopefully I can get that done on Sunday, as well as grab my new phone and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully I can maybe live stream that. Is this upside down? I think it's upside down. Anyways, I'll get that fixed. And then, yeah, don't forget to check the description for anything else and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload or do live streams. Thanks guys so much. God bless. Have an awesome rest of your day. Have an awesome weekend. Stay safe. Love you guys. Peace out.